Guys, let me start again. Let me start again. Hello, all, welcome. Thanks for coming here today. Me and the whole team behind the Funded Trader Academy, we would like to, uh, introduce ourselves and show our faces, show who's been behind the curtain all the time and who's been helping with this new project. We've been working on this for like many months now, and this is not just one man show. There are many people behind it, many people in the team. So I think that the first guy I should introduce you to, that's Sterling. He's my friend, and we've been working together for many years. He's my partner in crime. He's a trader. So I think that this guy is the perfect guy to start today, so we can take it away from here, buddy.
All right, thanks, man. So yeah, just a little bit about me. I'll guess I'll just ramble on here for a minute. But I started trading in 2005. I was 17, and I had one of my first like really formative events was a stock called FHAL. Eventually became CSHD, but it ran from 7 cents to $4, and I was hooked, right? And I had a few $1,000s in there, close to 7 cents. So that's kind of my start. That's like how I got hooked. Obviously wasn't profitable at that time, gave most of that back very quickly, but that's my intro into the markets. I've been a smart money trader since 2010. Smart money concepts is my main trading style. Ran a live room for 10 years. That's actually how I met Dale. We got introduced. Trader Dale has kind of been the result of that, and it's been great working with him, ever since. So a little bit as far as personal goes, I live in Michigan. I am married, have 2 kids, and as far as hobbies go, I fly a plane and I golf. That's about it outside of trading. So, anyways, look forward to talking to you guys more. I do the new member intros for the onboarding calls for the Funded Trader Academy. So I look forward to seeing you got a lot of you guys in there as well. And I'll go ahead and let's go ahead and pass it off to David, if you don't mind, if you want to kick off there.
Yes, thank you, Sterling. I appreciate it. I've been trading for about 27 years. I got my start in the late 90s with a hedge fund, right before the internet boom. Very simple strategy, but it was a very structured environment. We had to trade their strategy with a specific set of rules, and it allowed me to be profitable literally from day one. 7 years profitability, and everybody knows what happened in 2001, 2002. Tech bubble, market blew up, hedge fund blew up. At that time, I had to reinvent myself. Okay, and I thought it was going to be easy. I started trading ES futures instead of trading stocks at the time. But I found out it wasn't so easy. I had lost that structure that was so valuable to me. And I spent 5 years trying to reinvent myself without making money. And it was a very difficult time for me. But in 2008, I met somebody who was working, actually, it was a little early in that, maybe 2006, 2007. He was working on market profile and volume and price analysis. And that was my first exposure to that. And what that did is it allowed me to get rid of all the indicators and everything from my screen. And it really just changed my thinking about the market. And ever since 2008, I've been a profitable trader again. I had ownership in a futures brokerage for many years, and I was a research analyst. I had a company that did volume and price research for Standard & Poor's, Market Scope Advisor, and a lot of different financial advisors. Now I focus mostly on my trading. I've been following and working with Dale for almost 7 years now, and I handle most of the customer prospect onboarding here at Trader Dale. So if you have any questions, or if you feel that you want to discuss this opportunity, whether if it's for you or customize it for you, I'll be the one to basically handle that. And we look forward to working with all of you at some point. Thank you. Nice to meet everybody.
You want to jump on Kevin, and then Kevin, when you're done, just to Waqaz, and Waqaz will throw it back to, or Jason will throw it back to Dale.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Kevin. I'm part of the tech support team. I'm sure maybe some of you would have actually talked to me or done some tech support with me at some point. My background in trading, I actually started off from while I was studying engineering in school. I got introduced to trading from a female friend of mine, and she was just really good she was making $2,000 at the time while we were in school. That was crazy to me. So I got kind of hooked at the time. So I decided to like most people from where I'm from, they decide to go like a traditional educational route. So I decided to do like a course in business because I was studying engineering at the time. I wanted to switch up. So I studied business first, and I studied financial trading for masters. After that, I decided to do like an internship with the trading firm in London at the time. It was with Amplified Trading, and then I met a few like real professional traders. But after then, I was still struggling, but I was getting better in my understanding of what the financial market was about. But then I ran into Sterling, and I was with him. He mentored me for about 4 years. And that's when I picked up in profitability a bit. And then I started to really see some like gains from trading. And then that was when I actually got into the smart money and bank style trading, and everything started to kick off for me. I've been with Sterling for I think 5 years now, and I've been working in the service business, this educational services business as well with him. And I joined the traded deal 12 months ago, and it has been really, really good. And I've learned some more things about this business, and it's been a really smooth sailing. And I'm really, really looking forward to working with you guys. And I also work with Wakaz as a teammate. So Wakaz, you can take over from here right now.
Okay, Kevin, thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Jason, and I'm pleasure to be here. Regarding my background, I am basically, as Kevin said, he's an engineer, so I am also an industrial engineer, and that basically helps me in streamline the process and optimize performance in the IT industry. Little background from the IT, I'm being with the T-Mobile in the US for the last 5 years. I left that T-Mobile and joined Traderdale family, and I'm being the part of this family from the last 4 years, and I'm very proud of that. During that 4 years, I have served like thousands of customers on a weekly basis. Dale knows that when I was alone, I had a lot of bumpy rides with the customers. Now everything is fine. Kevin is with me. Dale is helping. Sterling is helping. So everything is going good. And regarding my specialty, I am basically a level 2 customer support for Windows and Mac platform. And as far as trading is concerned, I am being trading from the last 7 years, but I'm a swing trader, and majorly I do trading on forex majors. I do not trade exotics. So I basically have a good know-how on swing trading. Regarding my family, I'm a married man with 2 kids, and my hobbies include playing Xbox when there is some free time. And I'm very much looking forward to contribute in this Traderdale family. Thank you.
You gotta unmute Dale.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, you know what, guys? Let me just share my screen now, and let me show you the backend of the Funded Trader Academy. So let me do that. Cool. Now you should see my screen here. This is the backend. This is like the forum where we meet every day. And there are several like sections in that forum. I would say that the most important part here, that's the live trading. Live trading rooms. We are running those every day from Monday to Friday. It's me and 2 other traders. You'll meet those guys yet. And from Monday to Fridays, we are running those live trading rooms. In those rooms, we are trading, we are commenting on our trades, we are commenting on the market, on our strategies. We also dig deep into our strategies, and also we evaluate the trades of our members, because our ultimate goal is to get everyone funded, make them a professional funded trader in less than 12 months. So what we do there is we basically meet with them every day, make sure that they follow the right path, that they see us trading, and that they are simply on the good path to become profitable traders. So that's why we meet with them every day. And in the real markets, real market conditions, I think that this is very, very important. And this is, I think, the key point, the most important point of what we do. So, but apart from those live trading rooms, there's also a chat and student chart analysis. Those are also places where we meet on a daily basis with the members here. And in here, for example, the student chart analysis, that's where the students post their trades and we comment on those. So it's not only we meet with them on a daily basis in those live trading sessions, but also in here on the chat. So it's a very, very individual one-on-one care where they can reach us every day. So that's how we make sure that everyone stays on the right path and that he will eventually reach to being a funded trader, which is our main goal here. Now, the next section here, this is a trading courses section. There's quite a lot of material here, hours and hours and hours. There are 3 huge trading courses here. From each trader, there's a course. So there's the volume profile video course. That's my course where I teach the basics of my volume profile strategy. Then there is the order flow video course that's done by Dan, one of our traders. And then there's smart money course. This is done by Vivek, who is our smart money expert. And there's also the trading psychology course that's made by Sterling, who you already saw earlier. In those courses, you sort of learn the basics of what we do, the basics of our strategies, and then you take that and you apply that in the live trading rooms in your trading, So this is like where you take the education and then in the live trading room, that's where you start applying it and dig deep, apply it to real markets. Now, I was saying that there are hundreds, I wasn't saying that there are hundreds of hours, but tens and tens of hours of video content. You don't actually need to like study all the courses there. You can pick whatever you like. For example, if you already know about my trading strategy, about what I do with volume profile, then you can expand on that and take, let's say, the smart money course, and you can add to what you already know. So what the smart money course will do for you, it will give you structure, market structure. It will teach you more about liquidity, big market overview, and it will teach you, for example, how to expand your risk-reward ratio. That's what it did, for example, for me. I've been trading with volume profile for many years, maybe 8 or 10 years. The same strategy I'm teaching you, and I'm just taking bits and bits from this smart money course, trying to improve my volume profile strategy. So just small steps, step by step, bit and bit, and that's how I do it. You can do that as well, or you can just learn this strategy from A to Z. Vivek will teach you that from A to Z, exactly what he does. You can take it, apply it to the market, and yeah, I think you should be happy with that as well. So there are several approaches how you can approach this. Anyways, I think I talked quite a lot about this, and I would like to shift your attention more to the traders behind this. So as I was saying, apart from me, we have 2 funded traders who are Dan and Vivek. Dan is our order flow expert. He sort of combines order flow with volume profile and with smart money concepts. He says he has the strongest levels. That's I think those are his words, and he's not lying actually. He's got very strong levels, and he's using order flow to trade around those levels. So that's his strategy. What Vivek brings to the table is what I already said. He's our smart money expert, so he brings smart money into the course, and he will teach you his whole strategy. He will teach you about market structure, about big market overview, about liquidity. And I'm pretty sure that he will show you in a bit much more in detail. So if you guys can take it over from here and introduce yourself, either Dan or Vivek, if you guys are here.
Yeah, I'll go
So
ahead.
Dan,
No problem. Unless Vivek, you want to go, I can go too. So.
no, yeah. Please go ahead, Dan, and I'll just wait for once you're done.
Yeah, no problem. Well, welcome, guys. And as Dale has mentioned, he made mention that my levels are what I pride myself on. And so I've been trading for just a little brief introduction on myself. I've been trading for roughly about 10 years. Been full time the last 2.5 trading, and I got my start much like Sterling when I was in business school. I saw an opportunity in Ford and put a couple $1,000s into Ford when it was down like $3 a share and let it ride, and I was hooked ever since. And so from that point, I stumbled on in 2015. I stumbled onto this thing called an order flow candle, and I was very, very intrigued at what that information brought to the table. And I first started off, and I looked at all these numbers on the chart, and I said, "How the heck does anybody even understand this?" But I understood the basic concept, and so I started to learn more and more about order flow, and that's so my basic strategy that I have. I really do blend about 3 different techniques together. I do a top-down multi-time frame analysis, which is the macro view of how I approach the market, and I use volume profile. And with those 2 things, I set data-driven levels. So I don't just set levels because they feel good or they look good or I think this one's going to go. It's really driven based off of data-driven levels, every level that I do. And so then I assess price. I assess what the order or the buyers and sellers are doing once price arrives to those levels. And then on top of that, I throw in some daily bias, and I throw in, this is what I think the market is likely to do in this scenario if this or this happens, right? I use the if-then scenarios. But I'm going to share my screen here real quick with you guys and just give you a little flavor of my trading dashboard. So I think I shared it with you guys. Yeah, so this is my main chart right here, my main screen. And so when I say multi-time frame top down, I start down here. This is my daily candle. This is my broad macro view, and I assess that up. Swing highs, swing lows, gaps, and so on and so forth. And then I drill into a volume profile on a 30-minute. And so I just kind of zoom in a little bit as I go around. And then this is my main order flow chart that has bid ask, and it's got all the data on there as price arrives to specific levels. I like to take a look and see what price is doing at that specific moment in time. And then over here, this is just a 5-minute chart that shows some block orders on there. Also has all the levels on there. It's got VWAP, and it's also got this trend cloud that I like to call it. It's an EMA cloud, essentially. It's just two EMA lines that just really do a nice job of illustrating the trend of where we currently are. And then here I've got the micro chart. This is a 30-second chart that shows me divergences between delta and price. And then round and round I go. My eyes just go round and round all day long on the S&P 500. And that's essentially it for what I do. But the main piece of what it is that I do is I assess price at these data-driven levels once price gets there. So with that, I can pass it over to Vivek.
All right. Thank you, Dan.
Let me stop sharing my screen here.
All right, thanks. So a quick profile, intro about myself. I actually have a bit of a varied profile, I'd say. I started my career in technology, and I sort of worked there for companies like Cognizant, or some of you may have heard of, right? Large IT services company, ran a lot of transformation initiatives, ran P&Ls, client relationships, etc. These companies that I'm talking about are like $20-25 billion. So worked in a fairly large setups. That's what I did for first good 10+ years of my career. And but my background academically has been engineering, and then I did my MBA, specializing in finance. And I over the years I developed always had a very strong uh, interest in trading, right? I always enjoyed maths. I always enjoyed statistics, and then a bit of programming because of my career and so on. And when I looked at trading, I got hooked into it. The foray was actually in options trading, where I realized that options is the only thing where you can actually decouple your risk and reward, right? So I can structure trade with one is to 10 risk and reward, or 1:5, or whatever it can be, right? And that was like, a wow moment or a aha moment for me, as in, because before that I only knew one way to trade, which was a linear risk reward, right? For any other instruments that I thought about. And my only, I would say, trade or investing that I did over the years was whenever I had any extra cash, I only went ahead and bought Apple. And that's all I did, right? Because that's all I knew, because I was just too busy in my corporate career, never really had the time to, follow my passion in trading. But then, over the years, I guess after sort of flying over 1 million miles just from United, right? 15 years, just I was fed up, right? It's too much travel, not able to give time to my kids. And, I thought, okay, this is a time for me to pivot. And I pivoted towards trading. And I would say full time, about 5 years earlier. And my first foray into that was I started a company called Options Lake, which was very focused on options trading and education. I ran it for a couple of years, and then I slowly graduated more towards futures trading. And because, I got sort of hooked onto prop firms trading, got funded. Now I'm fairly well funded with top 2 prop firms in US, and funding with them. So a lot of focus has been really to trade ES and NQ. That's what I trade for intraday trading, and use options once in a while for swing trading. So that's a bit of about myself, right? Now let me just very quickly, I'd say, why is it not working? I want to see. Okay, just talk a little bit about smart money. So Dale already had laid it out really well, right, about smart money. I just point out few things that are very unique to smart money, right? And I had sort of graduated to smart money after, following the typical route, right, where you are like very driven based out on certain indicators, right, MACD and whatnot, right, as we sort of start into our trading journey. So the things that really differentiate smart money is it really gives you a very objective framework to form a narrative, right? And there is really irrespective of what you're trading, what time frame you're trading, right? What instrument you're trading, if you have the right skill set, you can build a narrative both on bullish and bearish side. And again, here, just to keep it simple, if you really think about smart money at a very high level, it is all about knowing price, what price is trying to do. And price only does one of two things. Either it is really looking for liquidity, either on the buy or sell side, or areas of inefficient price action, right? That's about it. So what does it really mean, right? I guess, okay, some of you may be thinking, how do you form a narrative? And again, this is a very high level overview, but I just try to give a gist of what you can expect out of this course, right, in this academy. So the first and foremost thing is understanding what phase of market is a price in, right? Consolidation, expansion, retracement, reversal. Second, where is the price trading, right? Is it trading in a premium or a discount in pertaining to a dealing range? And the dealing range would depend on really what kind of trader you are and so on, right? Where the liquidity pools are and how smart money is engaging. So for example, very quickly, this is a typical day profile, right? Now, every day is different. But without getting into the weeds, if you look at how every session, like Asia, followed by London, followed by New York, where the liquidity gets built on both buy side, and sell side, and how the different sessions engages with them, right? That's like one of the key things when you are sort of looking at smart money concepts. Secondly, understanding the change in status of delivery or price, right? Where a big order is coming, where a large pool of buyers or sellers are coming, and then figuring that out. And having an objective way to engage with the markets with the change in structure. So, we all know this, change in structure and so on, but For example, here when the market is changing, from going from breaking this low, trading back, right, to this point, what can you expect with the right narrative, bullish or bearish, and so on, right? So there is this a lot of those elements that actually helps you in forming your narrative. And also, very importantly, even though a lot of us are intraday traders, we always need to understand what the high time frame bias is, and using that as part of our trading. In fact, today was a great example. I'm going to just show a very quick example, just the trade that I took today, in terms of how you are using in high time frame for your trading, right? And then also a very, very important part, which a lot of trading style that I used to trade always ignored, was time, right? So it's always price that we look to, because that's how our P&L gets booked. But it's always time and price, right? So example, what is the typical price movement during AM? What is the typical price movement during PM? Now, this is one of the kind of profile for a day, right? Can be very different. But then can you really understand where the liquidities are, how AM and PM are sort of stacked against each other, right? Do you really, are you eyeing any liquidity pool and so on, right? So a lot of stuff that you can sort of put together, okay? Now with that, what I'll do is, just because we were talking about all these things, I thought what better than just taking the example today. So as part of this course, there is a trading model that you all will get exposed to, where all these concepts that I talked about at a very high level, it's all going to be sort of crystallized. You're sort of connecting the dots, right? And then applying that in real markets. So today, one of my high probability trading model is, inversion model. And today what we have is, this was today, and I generally trade at a certain time. So this is a 1050 macro. That's where the time and price comes in. Inversion, right? Short here, eyeing this sell side liquidity, which was a daily low, and so on, right? First trade. Similarly, the second one here on a 1150 macro, beautiful trade, right? With this liquidity setup. And the third one was still ongoing when the market closed. And it's still, I think, WIP for me, right? Targeting this equal low right here at this level. So anyway, in a nutshell, what I want to leave you with is that if you join this Funded Traded Academy, it's just not about learning and going through the courses, but it's also about participating in live sessions with me, understanding, applying those concepts, more importantly, right, in a live trading environment, and then trying to connect the dots. And I'll be available to answer your questions. And I think that's the best form of learning as you are sort of graduating, right, and evolving in your trading career, right? So again, this is a very, very, very high level overview, but I thought I had 10 minutes just to go through it and give you guys a glimpse of what this course would entail. And with that, I'll pass it on to, I guess, Dan, or sorry.
I think we'll go to David. I just want to say,
yeah.
as much as it hurts my ego, I've been a smart money trader for probably 15 years, 10 exclusively. And Vivek's model, it's again, I'm even kind of starting to change mine that I've done for a decade plus. It's again one of the kind of the most straightforward smart money models that I've seen. I'm really excited to see you guys see what he does, as well as Dan. We all love Dale here, so I'm not going to brag on him too much, but these guys are awesome. And thanks guys for presenting that. If you want to hop on, David, you're good to go.
All right, great guys. Thank you. Well, it was great to meet everybody. I hope everybody is excited to meet the team and finally see Dale's face for the first time. So as of now, we've kind of met the team. We've talked a little bit about a broad view of the strategy and different parts of it. So the Funded Trader Academy, let's get to the good stuff. What is it? Okay, it's a one-time tuition fee. It's an education. Okay, it's a college education and it's on-the-job training education. This is a lifetime membership. We are here to make sure you get funded for however long it takes. Okay. Now, Dale had mentioned in the middle of the webinar that, we're looking for under 12 months. Okay. And this is the only variable here, time. Everybody comes in with different, experiences. Everybody has a different level of importance. Everybody has a different amount of time they can spend per day, and everybody's got a different learning curve. So somewhere in the 2 months to 12 months, depending on where you sit, you should feel comfortable. There's a very good chance that you're going to be trading on a funded account. Okay. That's the timeline. Okay. Now, We're only offering this right now to the Trader Dale membership. This has not gone out to the general public. Okay, so Trader Dale membership right now is getting scholarship pricing just for members. Okay, the regular pricing is going to be $4,800, but our scholarship pricing is $2,800, deep discount. So how do I join? Real simple. We have two options right now. Okay, option number one. This is a slam dunk. This is exactly what I'm looking for. I've been dealing with Dale for many years. I love meeting the team. Let's go. Okay. Sterling is going to provide a link in the chat to a payment portal, which will put you right in the Trader Dale portal, your portal, where you can transact the tuition, and we can get started right away. The next step would be to wait for us to contact you, and we're going to set up your initial one-on-one onboarding appointment. So if you're ready, hit that link. Again, Sterling, please put that in the chat room if you haven't already. And that way you can get started right away. Option two, you like what you see, but you still have some questions. You have some concerns. You want to make sure this is a good fit. Whatever. You want to have just a few-minute discussion, just to, cross the T's, dot the I's. No problem. Okay. Sterling's going to put another link in the chat room. That is going to be a link to my calendar. That way, book a call with me. We'll further discuss your needs. And, whether it's 5 minutes or half an hour, we'll get on. We'll figure out if this is for you. And if it's for you, then we can look to onboard you then. Okay. That's about it for me. We're going to have a Q&A right now. I'm going to hand it off to Sterling. And Sterling, I'm not sure how you want to handle it, if you want to do it in the chat or in the Q&A button, but hands off. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your time.
So do you guys just want me to read questions to you, or, I don't know if you guys have, or maybe the individual traders, you guys can all see the chat. I'm guessing I don't need to read you what you can see. So
yeah, I've been going through the chat, and I think quite a lot of questions got actually answered throughout this whole webinar, but maybe we skipped some, and I have no idea where to start from. The chat is so long.
Most of the questions have been answered in there, other than if we start at like William's question. So William asked a good question. What's in it? I'll take this one if you don't mind. What's in it for the Trader Dale team to offer Funded Trader Academy versus just doing their trading for income outside of helping others? Is this the way to increase? No, not necessarily. So if you've been trading for any period of time, William, trading is kind of a lonely little universe. Oh, well, for one, it's a for-profit business, is what. There's no disclosure on that, or full disclosure on that. It's a for-profit business. Secondly, trading is a very lonely enterprise. If you just trade by yourself, you don't talk to anybody for hours on end. So this is a way to build a community around that and to share ideas. And I've been teaching traders for 2 years. I did it for Ninjacators. I was with them for about 1.5 years-ish, and now I just joined up with this team here. And so it's a good thing to be involved in a community and have that bench of people to throw and bounce ideas off of. So that's what's in it for us. That's what's in it for me, anyways.
If I can add something to that, just like we spoke about, the difference between a trading course and a mentorship is going to be the difference between you having maybe a 20% chance to succeed to maybe an 80-85% chance. Okay. You go to college. Are you ready for the real world? Are you ready for your job after you graduate college? Okay. Or do you need on-the-job training experience in the real world? This is the experience in the real world. Okay. Most people who come to us have been trading for a number of years. They find Dale, they feel comfortable, they start seeing success. But then there's a bridge that they can't get over, and that's that monetization bridge. And for everybody, that bridge is a different length, but you still can't get over. The mentorship program is meant to help you cross that bridge because it's a necessary part of the process that most people just skip. Okay. And it's the most important piece because it really ties everything together.
So I'd like to add one more thing. What I really like about this thing is that this is like a very, very close group. It's a limited number of people meeting on a daily basis. And that's what I really like, because there are not that many people there. And we started this like not even a month ago, but now I sort of know the names of the people who are there. I know what kind of charts they use, what they use, whether they use VWAP, volume profile, smart money concepts. And this is like the feeling of this small, closed community. That's what's really exciting to me. It's way better than having like 1,000 people asking you like the simple questions all the time, again and again and again. Because in here with a small group, you can really see the progress of the individuals in that group. You know, it's very personal. That's what I really like about this.
What I was going to add to that is I get asked a lot of you guys did a phone call with either myself or David, and I get asked a lot, how many people are you going to let in? And the reason David said it was limited is just because we have what Dale was saying is there's a limit to the service you can provide. And so everybody asks, how many people are you going to let in? And it's not necessarily a number. There's a what I call a white glove service that we expect to give to you guys where, basically, if you're not able to have that type of feel, if you're not able to have that one-on-one experience, then that's where we're going to kind of limit signups at that point. So that's an important aspect of it too, because I just don't think, you get 1,000 people in a room, you just can't really teach that many people effectively. So anyways, that's the side point there. I would make along those lines, just as far as the number of people, it's going to be more quality of the service based and making sure it always stays at a high level. So as far as Ninja, guys, you don't have to use Ninja. You see the order flow software is built for Ninja, and so that's why they're using it, but you're welcome to trade off what broker you choose to trade off of. You can use a lot of, like you see, Vivek's charts are all TradingView charts. So if you are going to use order flow, you do need Ninja for that. But other than that, volume profile and smart money concepts can be charted on TradingView if you like.
There's actually order flow on TradingView. It's a crap. In my opinion, it's not very good.
Take that as
I made a video on it, and I didn't really say it was crap, but it was sort of between the lines. I don't know, Vivek, if you have tried it, but it's not too good. So if you guys are into order flow trading, I think you should go with a Ninja Trader.
All right, let me see if there's anything else in there.
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. I said, yeah, I agree. TradingView doesn't really provide nearly as much information on order flow as Ninja is, right? So I recommend that.
Yeah, order flow is not great on TradingView at all. It
doesn't have tick data. The data's filtered. So
yeah, it's tough to read anything out of those charts. They're very slow and they don't.
It's good for analysis, but you should have a secondary.
This was a good question here. What time commitment is required on a daily basis? How many hours a day are typically required to spend trading? So just one thing for time wise, the room is run from 9 to 10:30 a.m. Eastern every day, with the exception of Thursday. That's run from 2 p.m. Eastern to 3:30 p.m. Eastern. And so on time of day, like this is going to be dependent on the individual, but for some of you guys that have a limited time period and you can only come in for a couple hours of the day and you're looking to map the market in that time, it's totally acceptable as well to have that limited chunk and then leave after that period. Some of you guys are going to want to trade for a longer period of time, but I think, well, let's see, Vivek, do you have any comments on that? Kind of what you would recommend? I know we're doing that afternoon session specifically because Vivek wants to show you guys, hey, instead of staring at the market all day, come in, map the market at 2 o'clock. Take it, see if you can find a really prime setup in that time and go from there. So that's a limited window, but he'll probably speak to that better than I can.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's very simple. As I was talking about the whole concept of first time and price, I have 2 sessions in the week. One I wanted to keep in AM and other in PM because AM, obviously, when the market opens up, obviously it's a different sort of trading, right? Because a lot of orders are processed, markets are moving faster. You have a macro to work with. By PM, there is a lot more structure developed for the day, right? So, again, going through my own experience, I can say that when I was sort of evolving as a trader earlier, AM was hard, right? It was like, okay, if you make it, and you can lose too, right? Very quickly, because you don't have too much of structure built in. In PM, you have a lot of structure. So I wanted to give that sort of a variety where in PM, a lot of traders may find it a little bit better, right? Just as a starting point, to understand what the structures are, where the liquidity pools are, and so on. So that was the idea. And again, the other thing is also that you have recordings, I guess, right, Sterling, available. So any one of you cannot join live can always refer back to the recording for these sessions and at least take the learnings out of that.
Yeah. One question for you here, Vivek, that I thought was good. Okay, yeah, here it is. I've been trading and I am trying to transition to more of a longer term view of the markets. Is Vivek's program more of an overall market analogy? I'm not sure where you can go with that question, but do your best with that one.
Yeah, so I would say that the smart money concepts, a lot of trading is obviously focused on what the day is going to be like, right? Is it going to be expansion? Is it going to be just consolidation and so on, right? I'm talking about the daily candle here. But then, if you have very limited time and you only want to do swing trades, you really need to have get to a certain level of skill before I would recommend you that kind of a trading, right? Is it possible? Absolutely, it is possible. But then, you need to. So I guess just from today's example I was given, there was a very clear liquidity pool rest in, right? And if you follow the markets, you know where it is, then, this was really the trade. In fact, there was one trade that I was showing you guys that's still on, because that's in my personal account. And obviously, if you're a prop firm, you have to, exit out of the position before the market close. But stuff like that, right? So I have it running because I'm fairly confident. I'm in high probability that's going to go and hit my target. So I guess a little bit long-wielded answer, but it just depends on the skill level. If you can get to that, absolutely you can.
Yeah, the room schedule, just so you guys know, it is one of the guys on each day. So it's Dale is running the Monday session. And then on Tuesday, it's Vivek. Dan is Wednesday, Vivek again on Thursday, and then Dan again on Friday. And in between sessions, again, having that access for these guys. One of the things I think Dale pointed out, but I pointed out again, is that chart analysis section in between room sessions. You're able to post a chart, and if it's like a day before a session, they might just cover it in the live room. But if it's, if there's no more sessions, or if they're not running one for 2 days, they're going to cover that in a video there and give you a response to that, where you're actually getting that analysis back from them. So kind of a nice fill in. Again, it's all about holding your guy's hand. There's no, this process is a process that for everybody, it's a little bit different, takes a little bit different time schedule for them, a little more interaction. And so what we're here to do is just give that support for you guys along the way, give checkpoints, give accountability points where we're looking to get things back from you. So you guys are making progress, you're hitting these checkpoints and, hopefully driving towards that end goal. So they do not trade the European session, Mohammed. Nope. Yannick, yeah, if you need any help with this, so anybody on here is going to be a member. If you have any member questions and you need help with indicator setup, Kevin and Jason will get you guys set up in the back end of the members area. All you got to do is click on indicator setup and they can help you with any of that stuff. But yes, you will be able to plot that on your chart. Primarily, they're trading the ES and the NQ. That's Dan and Vivek. Dale, you guys know, has a little bit broader focus. Any other questions you guys see? I'm seeing kind of some general ones we've already covered, but nothing specific. Feel free, anybody pop on if so.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions.
The pre-market, will there be any pre-market prep before sessions start? Yeah, so at least I know on Wednesdays and Fridays, we start at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, a half hour before the market, and I go through a pre-run. I'm sure Vivek does the same, and Dale does the same. But yeah, there's a little bit of that goes on that sets your levels for the day and gives you a little bit of guidance on what we're looking for the day.
So there was a question on the time frame. I guess someone was asking. So I use a daily and a 4-hour primarily to establish the bias, right? And then my execution is always on a minute chart, even though I refer sometimes 15-minute as well, just to see if there is any inefficiencies, etc. But largely limited execution, 100% on a minute chart for determining bias daily all the way to an hour chart.
Yeah, and I replied to that question earlier. I execute anywhere from a 1 minute to a 5 minute chart, just depends on an order flow footprint chart. That's where my actual entries are done from. But for daily bias and structure levels and so on and so forth, I use a daily and a 30-minute volume profile to set data-driven levels.
Yes, I mean, so some prop firms offer a practice account, but the where you're practicing is yes, it's not in the actual account. You're not looking to take a challenge until you have sufficient a sufficient record of profitability.
And that's going to work two ways depending on if you're trading futures or forex. Forex will be free data, so you can get a demo anywhere. And you're just going to journal your trades into your journal. Futures is a little different. You can't get free data. What I suggest is buying an Apex futures account, evaluation account. It'll cost you maybe $18-20 a month. That way you have free data and you can execute directly on your platform.
One thing we do too for you guys, Ninja guys, they offer, if you put $100 in a live account with them, you can pay them $4 a month for data too. So if you want, for the guys that have been asking about how do you get it on Ninja, I had a few of those questions earlier. I'm guessing some other ones. And again, our tech guys can get you set up with that. If you're unfamiliar, you can book a tech call. If you've already had one, you have to book a second one, but that's kind of a side note for you guys. And then anybody coming on the Funded Trader Academy, they're going to do a tech call with you, which is a voice call. They're going to come on and walk you through it. It's going to be a lot more detailed of a tech call than just a standard tech call. Make sure you guys, have all these things installed and you're using them properly and you know how to actually function with the platform. So
Sean had a question. Do we use any scanners to try to find setups? No. Not necessarily. I mean, Vivek might, I don't, but I just scan, the major indices, and I scan the euro, crude, gold, and I just kind of look for some symmetry between those markets. But I don't. I typically just start from a top down. Usually, start of a week, I start from a weekly view, a weekly chart on the ES, and I work my way down to a daily. I then go to a 30-minute volume profile, and then I go down to my 5-minute order flow chart. That's where I find my setups is through that pre-market analysis.
Yeah, very much the same. Since I don't trade stocks, it's only ES and NQ, and then I would be definitely looking for what the US dollar is doing, right? So
yeah,
because sometimes you can draw some parallels between what the USD path is vis-a-vis what the indices would do, right? Or rather, most of the risk assets would do. So that's all I guess I need for my trading. But other than that, it's just really going really deep down into all these time frames on ES and NQ and then putting on the trades.
All right, guys. Well, I mean, I think we could probably sit here for a long time and do Q&A. So how about this? If you guys do have any, and I don't know, Dale, are you okay with wrapping it up?
Absolutely, go for it. Yeah.
Okay, so I wasn't gonna wrap it up, but I'll hand that off to you. But what I was gonna say is I'm gonna drop in the chat one more time. I will drop the scheduling link. That's for you guys that still have some questions. We don't want to cut you off, so you're not gonna be able to get all your questions answered. You get on a call with David. This guy's awesome. You're not talking to just a sales guy. You're talking to somebody that's been a trader for, I think he's been a trader for like 27 years. So a ton of knowledge in that guy. If you have any questions, you want to reach out, you're not sure if this is for you, that's a really good option. If you are sure this is for you, you're ready to jump in the room, you want to be in there tomorrow, go ahead and sign up with that checkout link. And I'll get you guys onboarded here within the next hour. You'll have access. You can hit the ground running and you'll have access tonight. So, all right, I'm gonna hand this over to Dale. It was really nice to see you guys. Great to meet you. And I'll be speaking with everybody that signs up on an onboarding call. We'll get you guys started on the right foot and look forward to seeing you there.
All right, guys. So what do I say to close this? It was a very nice experience because I always enjoy those kind of, non-scripted chats where we just, sit around and talk about stuff that is interesting and that we like. So thanks so much for your time. Yeah, I think we should do that more often, maybe, because this is cool. This is nice. This is exactly
we should.
what Dan was talking about, like trading. That's a lonely business, you know. I'm sitting here in the room all by myself. My wife doesn't know too much about trading, so who do I talk to, right? So yeah, it's always nice to meet like traders to, you know, talk to about trading. So thanks so much for your time. Have a very nice rest of the day.
Thank you.
See you guys hopefully in the room. Have a nice weekend.
Bye bye.
See you guys later.
Bye bye.
Have a
See
good
you.
one.
You guys.
Bye-bye.